What we do here is go back, 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 back.
What's up, everybody? We're here again. It's been a couple of weeks, but we're back. We are on episode 10 of the Oldy Gaming Podcast since the reboot, so it's exciting. There hasn't been much going on since E3, but we thought we would cover some things anyways. So we're back this week. We're going to go over some Destiny 2 beta stuff, and we're actually going to switch it up this week since San Diego Comic-Con was last weekend. We're going to talk about some awesome movie trailers that have been released. But as always, I'm Oldy Gaming. With us, we have Sharky and the Funky Bunch.
What's up?
And Kano Crisco.
How's it going, guys?
Our loyal co-hosts. So, let's get right into it. We're going to start off with video game related things and talk about PlayerUnknown's Battleground. If you watch the stream, I play this game not so much recently. I've been playing a lot more RuneScape, but I do play this game fairly often. And just on PC, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds has hit 5 million copies sold. And that's just PC. This game is also coming to Xbox, and it's going to have so many more when it actually comes out there. That's a huge, and it's not even completely out yet. It's just the early access right now. So there's still 5 million copies at early access, $30 each. You calculate that up, that's a lot of money. That's like $15 million. Is that more than that?
No, that's about right.
It sounds about right.
I mean,
$150 million? 5 million? No, 15.
15. No.
No, 150. Good math. Good math skills. That's Jesus criminy.
The funny thing is too, though, like when you think about that, is imagine if that game would have just came out as a $60 game. Like, one, I'm sure people still would have bought it, but like they literally missed $150 million.
Yeah, that's true.
Early access.
I don't know. I don't think it would be as successful. I think a huge selling point for the game is that it's $30.
Yeah, but I think once they like optimize it though, and they do like the performance patches and things to it, I think that's when you would see it be more worth the $60 because you're getting like the final polished game and like you're going to get a way better product for $60. But I agree, $30 is very enticing even for a game that's not quite done yet.
And even so, the people that are playing know that it's early access, and they know that those changes to improve the game are going to come out eventually.
I think that's like half the excitement too, is knowing that it's like the game is already good in itself, and then it's gonna be that hopefully that much better. So it's kind of like anticipation in the sense to where you're like, man, this game is gonna be awesome by the time it's like fully out and everything's fixed.
And there's going to be one of those things to look forward to is there's actually going to be a competitive first person only mode, which right now the game is in third person, but you can also, but really anytime to aim, you have to go into first person. So you run around in third person, you have this huge field of view and you can see all this stuff, but you're really inaccurate when you aim down sights in third person. So then you have to switch to first person and, shoot at people, where in the competitive mode, they don't like the large range of field of view, and they're going to change it so it's just first person, which a competitive mode in this game is going to be really hard to do, and that's because it's so heavily dominant on RNG. The circles RNG, the red zones are RNG, the car spawns are RNG, the guns are RNG, everything is RNG. Where the plane's going to drop, where the really good items are going to drop. All of that stuff is due to RNG, and, good players will rise and bad players, will fall, but yeah. Rank's coming soon.
I think that's almost what would make it more exciting though.
It does.
Because it in a sense, like, it kind of evens the playing field. But the one thing about it is, like, for the people that are competitive, like, then it becomes less about the gun. Like, obviously, like, at the end of the day, it's all about the weapons you have. But when you get into these kind of like ranked modes, like for people that take it way more seriously than we do, it becomes, I think, less about the guns that you end up with and more about your ability to like adapt to where you land on the map and make the most out of like what you have and then push on from there. Like, I think that's where you're going to see like the competitive like nature of people like really take over, and people are going to get really, really into it.
Sometimes you'll drop and you literally, there's, no matter how good you are with a weapon, there's like nothing in there, and it sucks, and you're just kind of screwed off the bat and hope you don't get killed right away.
That's why you land. It's about positioning. Also, your position is really important, and you can land in places where it's heavily populated with guns and stuff, but odds are more people are going to do that. So what you want to do is just land where there aren't heavy populated areas and just kind of hope that you're going to get a good gun to carry you through, or enough to get you a kill to then go and take that person's stuff. Because once you do kill someone, all of the stuff that they have drops on the ground, unless you shoot their helmet off, and that degrades completely. So yeah, that's some cool news. That, I think, I'm gonna guess that that's probably the best selling early release game ever. I know Ark had a lot of sold copies as well, but I don't think it was anywhere even close to Battleground.
It says Battlegrounds is now the 4th all-time for peak concurrent players, surpassing Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's just people playing right now. So yeah, clearly it's blown any other early access game out of the water, and it's also opened a new way for games to get developed correctly, because they're not done, but they are being worked on, and people are still putting money into it, so it like makes the developers have more money to make their games the best that they can.
I almost think too, it's been the one thing I've been noticing for a really long time is like, I feel like we've as a gaming community, like we've kind of gotten away from like the third party developers like making really, really good games. Like, it's kind of turned into like, I mean, it's always been about like the big companies having like these monster releases for their really good franchises, but like I feel like for the recent past that I can think of, like only the really big studios are the ones that had like really good games, and like I feel like the third party people didn't really try very hard to make, like, maybe you got a few gems in there here and there, but I think this is almost like a testament to like the fact that those the big developers now are kind of dropping the ball almost, because they're releasing these like multi-million-dollar budget games that are coming out with like super bugged or they're broken or they're selling another $60 worth
Mass
of
Effect.
DLC within 2 months. Yeah. But like you have that like Assassin's Creed Unity that came out like 3 years ago. Like that game had like more bugs than any game that's ever been released. Like you got games like Watch Dogs and stuff where like they're selling DLCs right away. Same with Destiny. Within like a month they were already selling new DLC, or like 2 months they were already selling new DLC. So I think this is kind of a testament to them, like that they're kind of releasing games that aren't finished because they're trying to hit deadlines. People are willing to pay less money for a less good, like a less polished game.
But as long as they actually do finish the game, that would be the issue though. So what would be crazy and would really tick a lot of people off is that they're like pumping it out, like everybody's buying this game for $30 with knowing that the full complete finished game is going to come out, but then you'd have like the game developers, like any of the Tom Clancy games, really, like they always say they're going to do stuff and then they never end up finishing or doing it. So you're always like expecting what they say they were going to do, but then they don't do it. So as long as this the Battlegrounds, as long as they finish the game and do what they say they're going to do and make it how it's supposed to be, it'll be all good. But if not, then it's going to tick a lot of people off and then screw it for the rest of the developers that want to do something like this.
That's why you buy it for $30 and not $60.
Yeah.
Like you buy
Right.
like there's literally like disclaimers on the pages that you buy saying like knowing like you say that like that the game's not finished and it may never get finished. Like,
Arc.
but I see what you mean.
Is
Like
Arc
it
out
would
yet?
make the
Arc has been in
community
early access for like 3 years.
sad. Don't think so.
It's been in early access for a long time though. I don't know if it's 3 years, but it's been a real long time. And they even like came out with a DLC and before the full game was launched and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next topic here. If you are a person that plays Xbox and has extra money to drop on the Xbox One X, which is the next Xbox console that's coming out, Phil Spencer tweeted and said that it's coming out, the pre-orders for the Xbox One X are coming out very soon. So what I think is going to happen here is the pre-orders are going to come out, before the holiday season starts, because I'm guessing the Xbox One X is going to come out during the holiday season.
I guarantee it'll be like November, December.
Yeah, probably December
be-
for people to, buy their bundles and save money or whatever for the holiday season. But this is going to be the pre-ordering is going to be for the people that cannot wait that long. They need to buy it as soon as they can so they can get a couple extra dollars out of those people.
Yeah, I don't see. And I personally have a hard time justifying buying the new one, only for the reason that like I already have an Xbox and don't think it's going to be that much better. Like I'm sure it is going to be way better, but like unless you've got a TV that's 4K capable, like unless you have like all of the other hardware to go along with the console, like you're going to upgrade to have something that can't even run the game at the specs that they're telling you it can because your hardware is not compatible with it. So I would say unless like if you already have a 4K TV and you have an Xbox, like a regular Xbox, like go trade it in at a GameStop and pre-order it, sure. But if not, like I think a lot of people are going to have a hard time justifying wanting to pre-order it.
Even so, with maybe they don't have the 4K, but I mean, some games are going to be 4K 60 frames, which means like any game is going to be 1080 60 frames for sure. So that's one thing to look forward to. I know with my PC, that's basically how I play it. I play 1080 60 frames per second. Although my graphics can probably get a lot better than theirs. I can have high quality graphics where they have, maybe a medium or low. But still, it's something for people that don't have 4K.
See, I thought that was the point of this one. That was like that it's basically going to be able to like it's going to run games like it's on a PC, like where it's like max setting.
Yeah.
Like that was my understanding. But I think for the people who have only ever been console gamers and like want essentially like the best version of like the games that they've been playing, because I think they did say for the Xbox a lot of the games are going to get a 4K patch.
Yep.
Or like a performance patches so that they can be optimized for the Xbox One X. Like I think that's a good reason for people to want to do it, or especially if people are just now like getting an Xbox One, which you're super late to the party, but if you're just now getting one, then sure, I could see like pre-ordering it right away.
Like
But
5
I think
years late to the party. That's how
yeah,
late.
literally super late to the party. But you know, you
They
might
could be
as well
switching
jump
over
in
from
and get the best
PS4
version
though.
of it. They could be.
I don't know why you would, but
Yeah. Not that I don't like Xbox, but
'cause they're
PS4's got
graphic snobs,
the
but
exclusives and shit.
that's the only reason I could think if you're a graphic snob. But I mean, if you're a graphic snob, it would have to be a graphic snob on a budget. Is the person switching over from
Yeah.
PS4?
I mean, even but like even the PS4 Pro, like the Xbox is supposedly going to be able to do it better, but like how much better is it? Because I'm pretty sure the PS4 Pro is like also promised the same things like 4K, you know, like 4K 1080p at 60 frames on almost all the games that it gets patches for.
I guarantee you, for the first little while, they're gonna have like issues with it, like overheating and all that stuff. Because with added power and all the added graphics and all that stuff like that, you're also gonna have more heating and other problems. It's like when what was that
No, they
the
changed.
Xbox 360 when the
They
360
talked
came
about
out,
it.
it was overheating.
Red Rings of
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah,
I don't think. I think that was more of a hardware malfunction than it's trying to put out more than it can.
it was
something to do with
it was the heat thing because I had to fix it. So like there was like the thermal paste that they put on their stuff. So it was overheating and that thermal paste was going away. It was causing it to overheat and make the red rings of death.
So it was a hardware issue. It wasn't necessarily. It can't run it. It can't run these graphics. It could run the graphics. It was just the hardware was not the best.
Well, they talked about it at E3. Like if you, I know Sharky, you didn't watch it too much, but
No.
they talked about it that they actually created a new cooling system.
Yeah.
For the Xbox One X, like it's like a
Liquid cooling.
It's like a water cooled system. It's like the first one that they sold. Yeah.
On a console.
Like what is in like a super high end gaming PC, because they know that in a console because they know it's going to require a lot of power.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a power issue or a cooling issue or anything like that. I just think that I do think it's going to be a power issue. I don't think it's going to be like a cooling issue. I don't think it's actually going to run very many games on 4K. I'm just going to straight up say it right now. It's not enough power. It's not a high enough graphics card to run all the games on 4K. I think that's one thing that's going to hit those people that buy this right in the face from the get-go.
Well, I mean, even Destiny, like Bungie, which I know we're going to talk about Destiny 2 a little bit later, but like even Bungie, there was an article like within 2 weeks of E3 where, because like Xbox came out and promised everything at 60 frames, 1080p or 4K 60 frames,
4K, yeah,
and I'm just so stuck used to saying 1080p. But like they came out and they literally released an article within 2 weeks of E3 saying that the Xbox One X won't run Destiny at 4K 60 frames. It's going to run it at 4K and 30 frames. Like, I don't think, because at the end of the day, PCs are optimized for 30 frames. And until you
consoles are optimized for 30 frames. PCs are optimized for 60.
60.
No, that's what I meant. Consoles are optimized for 30. And I think until you get to the point where like the PS4 Pro and like an Xbox One X are like the only two consoles that are out, so it's honestly like the next generation, like they're always going to have to build these games with the average consumer in mind who isn't upgrading. It's going to be tough unless they spend extra time in development to create 4K 60 FPS patches specifically for the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. And so that's what I agree with you, Raiden, for that reason, that like there's so much extra work that they have to do to get everything to run that smoothly at that resolution and that speed that I don't know if it's really plausible.
Yeah. Who said that it wasn't going to run at a 4K 30? Was it Bungie that said that, or was it Microsoft that said that?
It was an old article. I honestly don't remember. It was on IGN. I'm pretty sure it was Bungie.
I would assume Bungie would be the one that said that.
Like
maybe it's Xbox is using the 4K thing as marketing type of deal, and then they're making it so the developers have to be like, okay, this realistically, this isn't going to be 4K on this. Or realistically, this isn't going to be 4. So they're pushing the blame onto the developers to make the developers look bad. But honestly, what it is that your console can't run that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The hardware that was in it, I think they broke it down like the hardware that was actually in the Xbox One X when they released the specs for it, and like the pieces that are in it, it's a pretty high end PC. Like, I think they said like if you were to essentially scale that and like build a PC out of the components, like it's like a $1,200 PC. Like, it's a good PC, but I think it's just the way that like it's just consoles. Like, it's always the same. Like,
I'll believe it when I see it run 4K, 60 frames, any game, really. Yeah. Any AAA game, because indie games, that's a lot easier because those games are a lot smaller, but AAA games, like PlayerUnknown's, if it can run PlayerUnknown 4K 60 frames, I'll be impressed. I will be impressed.
Well, and that's why I have like I'm always so confused because like if you ever look at like a gaming website when they go to like benchmark new hardware or like certain games at like 4K at 60 frames, like they'll benchmark it using the top, like the best graphics cards that are out, and like even those PCs like struggle to run everything like consistently. I think Deus Ex, like the new Deus Ex game that came out like a year ago, they tried to run it on
Deus
4K
Ex?
and is that how you say it?
It's Deus Ex.
Or Deus Ex, like the new one that came out, they ran it and like that game literally throttled them at like 10, like it was literally like 10 to like 25 FPS. Like they couldn't even get the game to like function essentially, like because of how extensive everything was that was in it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of power and graphics to go 4K 60 frames. But anyways, let's move on unless you have anything else to add.
No.
Okay, let's talk about the Destiny 2 beta. Sharky didn't get to play it, but I did, and so did Crisco. And I think even from before when I played this, it started last Tuesday. It was supposed to end yesterday, but they decided, hey, we're going to give you some extra time, and you can play until Tuesday. That's a week for one story mission, one strike, and some PvP. It needed the beta was way too long. This beta needed to be, if you pre-ordered it, you get it on Friday. Everybody else gets it on Saturday and Sunday, and then it's over because there's way too little content. Yeah, there's way too little content for what the beta was, for the amount of time the beta was. And the reason I'm saying this is Star Wars The Old Republic, I played the beta for that. And if you know anything about Star Wars The Old Republic, it takes a really long time to do stuff. Like story missions and everything like that. And when it first came out, I know you guys have played it recently, it was not anywhere near as fast as what it was. It took you an entire day just to do the first planet. And basically what they had was any character you could play the first planet of. So that was like a solid 8 hours of gaming. Just for one character. And there are how many different ones? There's 8 different characters that you can play. So for one weekend, a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you could play 64 hours of games. 64 hours of gaming in one weekend. And they didn't extend it. They didn't do anything. You just played. You basically had to just pick one character and play the first planet of it. And that's what kind of, and I understand Destiny can't do that because they don't have nearly as much story as that, but they definitely needed to shorten it or give you more content to do. Like, they're saying all of this stuff with planets, like you didn't even get to go to a planet. You just had to go to the mission or the strike or the PvP. You didn't get to explore a planet or anything. Yeah. Which was super disappointing.
My big thing on it too was I feel like actually as far as like betas go, one of my favorite betas that's come out as far as like, because I mean think about it, they're only like you said, like they're only supposed to be like a few days worth of gameplay anyway. you're not getting the full game out of it. But actually, one of my favorite betas I've ever played is the Destiny 1 beta, because the way they structured it was really, really cool. Like, it was, and granted, they were like releasing it brand new, like no one knew what to expect when it came out. So like I understand why they did it then, but they still, I think they could have done it the same way now, and it would have had the same effect. Was you started off as a level 1 guardian, you did like the first story mission and like something, or like the first couple story missions, I think, and then same thing, like you unlocked a strike, but they also had like you could like patrol the Earth. They actually had the Cosmodrome unlocked as like a patrollable area, and they had the tower. So like you actually had like some semblance of like a mini game basically, which is like at the end of the day is kind of what a beta should be. And for a game like this, like what everyone was excited for Destiny 2 was like the new social space, because there's so much new stuff for it. The story, which they gave you a taste of, which I mean the highlight of it, like getting to see like some of the new areas and stuff, and like instead they just gave you like a max level character with like no loot drops and said to have fun.
It was missing the core elements of the game is basically what, because the Destiny 1 beta obviously had the core elements of the game. The SWTOR beta had the core elements of the game. This just had random stuff.
In Destiny 1, I remember they maxed out the character level at like 8. So you still unlock your super at like level 5. Or maybe you might have unlocked it at like level 2 or 3 instead, because obviously they might have scaled it a little bit differently. But like they had like max level gear for the beta, because the beta was longer. Like was I think like a 4 or 5 day beta then too. And if you did the strikes, you could actually unlock exotic gear through drops. So like they actually had like like you said, the core of the game was like doing the missions to get the loot. Where this one, like they hand you an exotic weapon within the first 2 seconds of the beta, and then you just get to use that for the rest of the time if you want.
Hearing you say that, also like comparing the first beta to the second beta, that the first beta is how the Division did it as well. And that's how the Division got me to buy the game. Like if I was somebody who didn't play Destiny 1 and was I'm not sure about Destiny 2, like I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's people are hyping it up and everything. That beta would not have gotten me to buy Destiny 2 at all, because there was nothing in it.
Yeah, like it was, you could play as each character if you wanted to, but they already had like they had the specials unlocked already. They already had, some of the other stuff unlocked. No, like there was no satisfaction from like playing the game, except you could say like, hey, I played the beta. Like, and like, you were still like, there was no real like loot that was different or better than what you already had. They had 2 of the subclasses already unlocked for you. So like they kind of just handed everything to you and then said, okay, like go have fun playing. So, which I guess if for returning Destiny fans, like you already know what to expect with the game, so I can see why you do it that way. But like, then throw in like a little bit more content for them to play.
Agreed. I'm still gonna buy it. I'm still gonna buy it on PC and Xbox.
Gameplay itself,
solid,
very fun game. Like I'm not gonna take that away from it. It was a great game to play. It feels good. They changed a lot of stuff in the gameplay. It's still Destiny at the end of the day, but like
it is
the way that they modified the enemy type, the archetypes, and the weapons, and your items loadouts and everything. Like it's a really good game. The beta just sucked really bad. I guess that's how I would classify it.
What's the other game that's like Mass Effect and this combined? I'm ready for that one. I want a beta for that. Anthem. Yeah. I think I might actually play that more, but we'll see. Because I'm really excited about that. It could end up being like the same thing as Destiny.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing for that one is that game just is like, it's like a fresh idea, which is why I'm interested in it. Like it just looks different. Like it doesn't look like a typical game that's come out here in the recent past, which is cool.
All right, let's move on to our next little section here. We're gonna cover the movie trailers last. What is this? Okay. There was none of us really give a crap about Pokemon Go, but there's now legendary Pokemon, and you have to do like raids or something for it, right? Or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, my understanding of it was like
Can't see that.
In the original trailer way like last year when they came out with the game,
You better
they
not
showed
put porn on there.
No.
they showed a like a bunch of people in New York City, like in Times Square, and like Mewtwo was like floating, and so like they all went and like battled Mewtwo. Literally wasn't a part of the game until this last update that introduced the raids. So that's what the raids are. Is a local area that like a bunch of Pokemon Go players will go to take down like a very high level Pokemon. Essentially, is
Can
like
you
my
catch it though?
understanding of it. I think so.
Yeah, you can.
But
Do they all get to catch it at least then?
I think so. Like I don't play the game. I didn't really read too much into it. I just wanted to see what the hell it was, and that's what I figured out it was. I didn't
That's
really
kind
look
of
too much
lame.
into
I
that
want to just find a
kind of stuff.
legendary Pokemon like by myself. I don't want a bunch of other people to get it, because then it's like if you find one, then it's like, oh cool, you know, I have this and like barely anybody else has it, but no, like everybody has it now.
Yeah.
You care about Pokemon Go? No way.
Who?
Your sister.
Oh.
I don't know.
I used to
Don't
play
lie.
it when it first came out.
Yeah,
So
I
I
see.
played it like especially when I got bored, and then it just got it wasn't what I quite was expecting, and I mean it gets old kind of quick.
What I did was I downloaded, and I know I talked to you about this too. I downloaded like hacked versions where you could just walk around. You had like a little joystick on on the thing, and you could just make your character walk around and stuff. And I just did it that way, and I think I stopped because I literally all I wanted to do was get a Gyarados, and I found the place where a bunch of Magikarp spawn, and I would just walk to that area, catch a bunch of Magikarp, and eventually I got my Magikarp to evolve into a Gyarados, and then I just stopped giving a shit. No longer cared.
Hmm.
All right, so that's enough of that one then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last video game related thing of this week, and then we'll get into the trailers, is going to be about Shadow of War, the Shadow of Mordor sequel.
Looks awesome.
They dropped a new trailer that involved Shelob. If you watch the movies, you know that Shelob is a giant spider. But what you learn from this is she's also like a sorcerer. Like it's a human woman that turns into this giant spider. I'm not sure if that's a little far-fetched, like, because thinking about that, the game, and then like going to the movie, why didn't she just turn into the woman when she was fighting Sam and Frodo? But I mean, I guess you can't really think of it that way, but
Maybe she stayed in spider form too long and got trapped.
yeah, sure, whatever.
Although
But
this could be a game that maybe like explains that. Like maybe she can like split forms or something happens in this game where she gets like stuck in the spider form or something.
True.
And this game
she
maybe
is
like
wielding the ring that they
the one
make.
thing. Yeah, because that's I mean that was something from the first game. Like they had bits and pieces of the Lord of the Rings lore, but it was like supposed to be kind of like a little bit of like a connector or like a prequel that kind of explains some backstory a little bit better.
Yeah, we'll see. It's definitely a game that's on my list of I'm getting this game for sure. Even though I still haven't beaten Shadow of Mordor yet.
I haven't even played it. So I need to try it.
I have it. I played it on my PC.
spectacular.
It's beautiful on my PC.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
The most frustrating thing about the first game though is that there's just like zero end game content. Like once you beat the game,
It's just over.
the game's over. Like there's no reason to go back and play more. But this game, I don't know. This game looks really. I did beat the first game, and this game I watched those gameplay trailers that they released like a month and a half ago, and it looks like such an improvement from the first game, and I'm so excited.
Is that on Steam? That one's on Steam.
Yeah, during the Steam
Which,
sale, it was literally like $3 for the
Oh, wow.
Game of the Year edition, and I could not pass that up.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so actually no. First, I have a question, and it's going to be for you, Crisco.
Yes.
When you are in this game, because I've been playing, all I've been doing is taking out the leaders. Is there like other stuff I should be doing to advance the story?
There's actual story missions.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, like there's
obviously I've
if
been
you,
skipping those and just killing all the
yeah.
war leaders
Well, see,
then.
that's kind of that was the one thing I liked about the game was like it's very easy to get lost in the game
Yeah, I'm definitely
because
lost.
it is like. But yeah, no, if you look on the map, there's like yellow icons
Okay.
on the map, and I'm pretty sure those are the main story missions. But
Got
yeah,
it.
there is like an actual story to the game,
I thought
and
so, and I was really confused
because
because like the first time I played, it was when I tried to do the 24-hour. I was playing and I'm like, I haven't had a story mission or like a cutscene in forever. Like, why is
yeah.
this happening?
So spoiler alert, like I'm not gonna ruin the story, but like the structure of the first game is that there's 3 different maps essentially. And this game's gonna be similar, but there's just gonna be more variety in the maps. So the first one's all about learning about the Nemesis system, which if you guys have never played the game, it's the system that the developers created to actually
What
have
are
these
you
really cool
doing?
interactions. Are you like smelling like
Is that a
sniffing salts? Are
bullet?
you like about to pass out?
No, it's the cap to my beer or whatever. I bent it in half.
Stop,
I'm just
stop
being
doing
weird.
weird
I'm
shit.
sorry. I'm sorry. Just keep talking.
Weird.
You talk. I'll be weird. You
Um,
talk.
but the Nemesis system is basically like the system that the developers created. Jesus, dude. That the developers created to have these really cool interactions between the computer characters, like the generated characters and you. So if you kill them, they obviously die. If they kill you, you respawn, they get stronger, and then they remember you. So the first area is all about understanding how that works, and then the next area they actually teach you how to essentially control those characters and have them become like the warlords for the area. So that's what you need to get to, Brayden, is the second area where the game gets way more intense because you're not trying to necessarily kill them, you're trying to control them and then make this like massive army.
Hmm.
Cool.
It's super cool.
All right,
Kill,
let's
dude.
nerd out on some movie trailers. I really love movie trailers. At one point in my life, when I first started getting into the video world of everything, I really wanted to just make badass movie trailers about sweet movies that come out. Turns out that's harder than you would think to actually
Oh,
get into
really?
that gig.
Is it?
I mean, it's not hard to actually do as long as you're creative and like you have a solid vision from your director and everything how the trailer is going to be. But to actually get into doing those kinds of trailers for big movies, you have to know people, and I don't know. So anyways, we're going to go and we're just going to start. We're going to go in a line here, as we usually do. We're going to start with the Lego Ninjago movie. Now this is like a kids TV show, I think is where it originated. Of course, because it's Lego and like everything Lego started off as kids.
Yeah.
And apparently it's so successful that it's getting its own movie now, which actually looks pretty. Lego does a pretty good job with the movies. It looks pretty interesting. Probably won't go see it in theaters, but it definitely intrigued me. It's basically the main character is the son of the bad guy who terrorizes the town. But then kind of at the end of this trailer, they come together to defeat a cat that's attacking their town.
Classic Lego.
Yeah. And it's like a real life cat. Like everything else is animated, and then this real cat comes in and just knocks over a building. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. This is one of those movies. I'm certainly not going to stream it online if that's what anyone's wondering. That's illegal. Don't do that.
I will arrest you.
Yeah, you could try. But yeah, I don't know. Lego, I've never actually seen a Lego movie, but they get really, really good reviews from the viewers and from critics. I think it's because one, they know they're a Lego movie. They don't take themselves too seriously. But if you've ever actually looked at the voice acting cast for a Lego movie, it's ridiculous. They get a
Yeah.
lot of really, really good actors to voice their characters.
You haven't seen any of the Legos?
I saw the
No,
Lego
I-
movie and that's it.
Did
I
you see Lego Batman's pretty good too. I just
can't
watched it
I
last
can't
week.
get over the fact that they're Legos. Like I really can't. Like it just kind of ruins the movie for me. I can't get over the fact that they're Legos. It just bothers me. I don't know why.
There was one Lego movie though. It was like Lego Star Wars, and they just destroyed Star Wars, and I remember that pissed me off a lot. I think I was watching it at the Lopez house, and I was not happy. I was not
made it-
having fun.
They made a Lego Star Wars?
It was. I don't think it was ever like big screen type movie. It was like it just came out on like Cartoon Network or something like that, or Nickelodeon, maybe Disney. I don't know. Probably Disney, because Disney owns everything.
Well,
It was like one of those old movies, like the Xenon or what else? Luck of the Irish. It was like that kind of
oh, okay.
little lower grade of the movie.
I know
but
what movies you're talking about. I don't think this one's real.
it was a real movie. It was a Star Wars Lego movie.
I
It was
remember
terrible.
I remember the game. I don't remember a movie.
It was awful because everyone was like nice to each other. Darth Maul didn't die. He made it all the way to the end. I'm pretty
What?
sure the Emperor was in it, and he like apologized to everyone at the end too. I was not happy about it.
Lego Star Wars.
They do
movie.
have Lego Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm curious to see when these movies came out because they do have Lego Star Wars movies, and they have 4 of them, or 3 of them at least. When did these come out?
Yeah, there's one in 1999. So it's probably that one.
It's called the Padawan Menace. The Empire Strikes Out. Like seriously, get out of here! You're ruining this.
Okay, so these are real. I just don't.
They are
remember
real.
seeing
I'm
them.
I
not
don't-
crazy.
I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
okay.
They are real.
And it's not the style. It's not the same style as the actual Lego movies. It's like a cheaper animation.
But that's
for
because
sure.
you're such a hardcore Star Wars is why it puts you
And they
off
were
though.
retarded too. Not to mention.
That's
I get- whatever. It was a
that's like
kids
when
movie.
Family,
whatever.
It's like when Family Guy did the Star Wars.
No, I love
version
that.
of
That's
it.
hilarious.
Those are awesome. Those
Yeah, I
are
thought it
awesome.
was awesome.
But it was adult humor, not child humor. And I think that's probably what the problem was. We're not going to talk too much about this one, but I mean, I guess maybe we will. Ready Player One. I'm just confused on what the plot's going to be, other than just going into the maybe there's like a. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to
It's a
be.
book.
It's going to be
Read the
different.
book.
Yeah, read.
Watch the movie.
Don't read. I don't read, so I'm not reading the book.
I don't know. The trailer itself looked really, really cool. Like
Yeah.
the trailer looks
Yeah,
like the
just- I
movie's
don't
gonna be really
understand.
awesome.
It's very CG.
Yeah, I just don't understand what's going on. I
Yeah,
mean, it looks like a lot of cool shit's going on.
Yeah, like the Iron Giant's in the trailer and everything like that.
Yeah,
I love
there's-
that movie.
Yeah, there's Iron Giant in there, and I thought I saw Freddy Krueger get
Yeah,
like
he's
slashed up by
he
something.
gets he gets blown up or whatever, shot with a gun and disintegrated.
Well,
Yeah,
they
so
said it opens up by saying like something about like when everyone like goes to play games, like the only thing that holds you back is like your imagination. So like I don't know. I'm just under the impression that it's kind of like a Matrixy type thing.
But is it going to
where
be
you
like
can kind of
there's a protagonist that's trying to brainwash everyone with these
Or is it-
devices and they have to stop
think
him
if
or
you want to
something?
know, I think if you want to know how the game's gonna be, just go watch Spy Kids 3D. It's gonna be almost identical to that.
Has anybody ever seen like Sword Art Online,
No.
the show?
I
Oh,
watched
okay.
one episode and that was it.
To me, I think it would probably it might be like that, to where like they put like this like virtual reality headset on and they go and they're actually stuck in the game or whatever like that, and then they have to end up fighting their way out or whatever like that, and ending, and then they actually come back into
I like
the
that
real
idea.
world.
It's called
think
Ready
that's the
Player
winner.
One. Ready Player
Hmm.
One. Steven
Hmm.
Spielberg said it was going to be sweet, but I don't know.
If he says it's gonna be sweet, it should be pretty sweet. Steven Spiels.
Whatever.
Call him Steve.
See,
We're good
He's
buddies.
easy.
You don't know
He's
who.
easy.
You never met him.
Easy Stevie.
What movie did he make that's really popular in the 80s?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah, I'm asking you that. You don't even know what movie
hold
he
on,
made.
hold on.
Come
Stop
on.
it, stop
that
it,
should
stop
be
it,
right
stop it.
in your head. How do you...
The Shining?
Omen.
Did he make the... He didn't make The Shining, did he?
Did he? Mm?
I'm thinking of Jaws. You're a freaking noob.
Oh, because the Shark Week. Oh, I should have knew that. I'm Sharky.
You should have known that,
Shark
you
Week.
fucking noob. Gosh. Nerd? All right, let's move on to the next thing. We're getting off
Next
topic.
one. Damn
We're
it.
going to talk about the Justice League movie. And if I'm going to compare DC, which DC to Marvel, which you have to.
Oh,
You have to
Never mind. Okay.
you
keep
have
going.
to compare DC to Marvel. The DC has the TV shows down. Marvel kind of has the TV shows down too. Their TV shows are kind of hit and miss. But they have the movies down packed too. And I just don't think that the DC movies are anywhere near as good as the Marvel movies. And I'm excited for the new Justice League movie, but I'm pretty sure I've said this before. It's not the original Justice League team that I'm familiar with. And it's only like 6 people. That's lame.
So who's is missing? Hawk Girl, and the Green Lantern.
Green Martian. Or the
Manhunter.
The Martian Manhunter, that's what it is.
See, now this is the one thing though, like where they could, I don't think they're going to, but like sort of trick up their sleeve, because the one thing, so like again, I don't know how how DC like splits it up between like movie and TV, because in the TV show Supergirl, the Martian Manhunter is in the TV show Supergirl.
I'm
Like-
pretty sure they've come out and said that the TV show has nothing to do with the movies.
Yeah, I know they're like a different universe. Like they're all a part of like DC's universe, but it's kind of like essentially like their version of like the multiverse, basically, where like the movie universe is different than the TV show universe. But that's what I mean. Like, is like, are they gonna just kind of use like the Martian Manhunter as like a TV show character for now, and then introduce him later? Are they keeping him a secret, or like are they keeping maybe him and another character a secret to spice the movie up? So people are surprised when they go and see it. Like that, I think that kind of stuff could be a possibility.
Yeah, because there's definitely going to be
But-
someone, because Robbie Downey Jr. is like, oh, I didn't think that you were going to show up. Or
Yeah.
Batman said he was going to show up or something.
It's fucking Superman.
But
he
when
literally
he was
says-
walking, when he's walking, his glass is
Ooh,
rippling. His glass is
So-
rippling. That Superman doesn't weigh a lot to make the glass.
yeah,
ripple when
I
he
just,
walks?
I'm trying to think of like for me, the kicker was that he said like, I hope you're not too late, or like I hope you're not too late, or something like that, and like the symbol on Superman's logo like they even says it in like their
Kryptonian
movie.
is, yeah.
Hope. That, or like it could be like a lantern, like a Green Lantern or something. Like, but like at the same time, like I'm pretty sure it's just Superman, because Superman's supposed to be dead in this movie.
Which is also stupid.
Yeah.
Not
So
funny.
that's what I think. I think Superman's also gonna, if he's in this movie, is gonna be in the movie a lot faster than people think he is. Like, if you mean to tell me that one of the most important characters to the Justice League isn't in probably at least half of this movie, you're crazy.
Your mic cut out.
Marky cut out.
Thought it wasn't doing that.
Oh,
Gosh.
come on, man. I hope. Can you still hear us? I hope you can still hear us. You're a loser. Up your game, bro. Get some new hardware. I can't even hear what you're saying. So I'm just gonna assume that you're saying like I'm your best friend or something.
That's
Yep,
inappropriate.
that seals it. This is a PG stream, Sharky, and you know that.
Definitely
How
not.
dare you? Not at all.
No, this is the podcast of malfunctions and bad stuff happening. Technical
But, like,
difficulties. That's what word I'm looking for.
don't we already have a podcast titled Technical Difficulties?
Yep. We're in
Or
another
like,
one.
yeah, Technical Difficulties 2. Ooh, the sequel. We'll come up with a cool title for it. I don't know, but going back to, I think this Justice League movie is going to be. I think personally, it's actually going to be good. They've got a decent cast for the characters. Um, to me, it's going to boil down to, do the characters kind of stay true to their comic roots, or are they
No, they
kind of
kill
creating
people.
them
They
to
killed
appeal?
people in Batman versus Superman.
No, not. Batman doesn't
That's
kill
a
anyone in
route.
Batman
Yeah, oh
versus
yeah, they
Superman.
do. He freaking thrashes his car around, and then you can't tell
No,
me
no,
that.
no, 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 no. No, they're sleeping. They're sleeping.
Oh
He doesn't
yeah,
kill them.
okay, sure.
I know, but what I'm saying is the Flash gonna be like more of like like in the trailers it seems like it, but like is he gonna be more of like the comic relief character, like, because
I think
that's really
so.
like if you remember watching the Justice League show, like he's the comic relief, like Batman's always super serious, like
Flash is
Superman's just
also a
kind of
ladies' man
Superman.
in the show, and I don't think he's gonna be a ladies' man in the movie.
Yeah, we'll see. Um, I don't know. I think if they can have the characters stay true to like their comic roots, be a better movie than if they try and have the characters appeal to like the mass media, because then they could take it a very different direction.
All right, we got to
That's
move
my
along. It's getting late.
thoughts on it.
I'll probably go see it anyways, but I'm not expecting much, so hopefully it surprises me.
Oh, I'm getting a large popcorn and a large drink, and I'm sitting there super happy.
Isn't that just like a normal Friday night for you?
No,
Boom.
it's like Saturday.
Got him.
Like Saturdays.
You're welcome.
Marky, get your headphones fixed, bro.
All right, let's move on to Thor Ragnarok. This is the second trailer that's come out, and I love the way that Marvel seems to be going. They seem to be going with more like relaxed, not as serious, but can have those serious moments. But a lot of their trailers have been like more, making you laugh and everything like that. Yeah, comic focused. And I do like that. Hopefully they do have those serious moments, but it's nice to have funny. I like funny movies. Oh my god.
Jesus. Sharky, are you there?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm fixing my camera now.
Yeah, you're kind of quiet, but anyway. Yeah, I think the comedy side of it is good. Because I think the one thing now that the Marvel movies have been around for so long is like you can't have a super serious movie like all the time. Like Captain America Civil War, I felt like was a very serious movie for the majority of it. Had some comic relief like once the characters all kind of got together. The story itself was very serious, and that's one thing Marvel is really good at, though, is I think kind of tiptoeing on that fine line.
You don't get to talk about this one because we're moving on to the next one.
Okay. Whatever.
Oh, well, I guess I should let you talk about it because, you think you're Thor or something.
Because I hate you. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a really good movie. I can't wait for it.
I'm surprised you didn't put on your Thor costume when your camera was off.
Oh yeah, I could have. That's true. I could have went out and grabbed my hammer and stuff too.
Did you take your hat off? Were you not wearing that at the beginning of the
I was.
podcast?
I took it off like towards the beginning.
Yeah, I took it off because it's starting to hurt my head.
That wasn't good.
Stop being a bitch.
Oh my gosh. No, but I think it's gonna be awesome. I like how Thor chopped off his hair. He looks very sexy, I think. I'm just kidding. But
No, you're
I don't
not.
know.
He
Yeah.
butters your roll for sure.
Yeah. He could butter my roll. I'd let him. But
I like Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. I think he is he's a great Bruce Banner.
I like the whole Thor and Hulk thing because I like how they like usually beat the shit out of each other and just nonstop, just ongoing, just whooping the shit out of each other and keep going. So I don't know. It's gonna be a good movie. We'll see. I hope they just didn't blow their wad on putting all the good stuff into the trailer and it be a crap movie like sometimes some movies do. But
No,
I'm
I think
excited.
I think they gave the right amount of information because they didn't really show any of the actual fighting between the lady and like how it's going to end up that way
Yeah.
and all those kinds of things. So I think there's going to be plenty of stuff in there.
Yeah.
As long as it's not as bad as the first Thor, it's going to be
there is
successful.
I didn't even think
There's
the first
not a
Thor was
superhero
bad.
movie that could be worse than the first Thor. Are you kidding me?
Spider-Man 3
the
was
villain-
definitely pretty bad.
The villain was a giant microwave man who shot fire out of his face. That's literally what he was.
Tobey
was-
Maguire
walking
dancing down the
They-
block doesn't
Okay.
didn't scar your childhood like it did mine.
See, I really
And
like
you like
the
Spider-Man
symbiote.
too.
See, I like the symbiote Spider-Man. I don't like Tobey Maguire. I'm not a fan of his movies. Like I liked the fact that like Venom was in that movie and stuff. Like I thought it was cool. So that I kind of like that for me overshadows the fact that the movie wasn't good.
But Venom isn't a person underneath that. It's just a thing, right?
Yes, he is.
Oh, it
No,
is?
It's Eddie. Yeah, it's Eddie Brock. Like they got that stuff. They got that part right.
Okay.
Hmm.
But still, as long as it's not as bad as the first Thor, we'll be good. And it's probably not going to be.
So. No.
Next movie is the one that I'm most excited about in all of these. It's called Bright. It's a Netflix original. I don't know if it's coming to, I would guess it's coming to theaters, but you know, it might not. It might just go straight to Netflix. But anyways, it's got Will Smith in it, and it's you're in Earth, and there are all of you might not be in Earth. I don't really know what the planet you're on, but there's like all of these aliens and stuff, and everyone's trying to live together. But there's like magic things that are happening, and but there's still guns, and Will Smith is a cop, and everyone's trying to love each other. He's neighbors with gangsters, and he gets like this alien as his partner. And it looks really cool. It seems to be about like this magic wand that can
So, like Men in Black
destroy
2.0.
everything.
Yeah.
Sure.
Kind of. Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't. That trailer for whatever reason on the link you sent me, like when I went to load it up, didn't work. So I didn't get to watch that one.
It looks really good. It got my nipples real hard.
Wow.
Nice. I don't know. It looks like it's gonna have like the right amount of comedy and have some action into it. It'll be like all around like just good movie with a good storyline. Plus, you can't not love Will Smith. I love Will Smith.
You like it because he's a cop too, and you're a cop, and you're like, oh, I can relate to Will Smith now. Maybe he'll date me.
Okay, maybe. Okay. But I don't know. I think what was Will Smith's last movie? How long is it? It's been a while.
Suicide
hasn't it?
Squad.
Oh yeah.
No, it has not been a while.
Yeah, that's right. Suicide Squad. That could have been such a better movie too. But, oh, well,
I still
that's-
haven't
that's
seen
not-
it, and I don't care.
Yeah, it's not good.
Would not recommend it.
Hopefully the next one, because there's Suicide Squad 2 coming out. So hopefully that one will be better and they'll redeem themselves.
Yeah,
Meh.
I'm sure they will. Anyway,
Next
Anyway.
movie, the Red Band trailer for Kingsman 2. This is also the second trailer. It's not too much different. I mean, they give away more information than the first one. But honestly, I don't really, other than Channing Tatum saying fuck, I don't really see why it's Red Band, other than maybe you can't say fuck on a Green Band trailer. But it really wasn't that bad. I mean, you learn a little bit more about the story. The Kingsmen have been destroyed by what's her name? I forget what that lady's name is, but they all of the Kingsmen is being destroyed by this one chick. And basically the people that the two Kingsmen, or the handful of Kingsmen that are left, go to the United States, where they have the Statesmen. And my guess is the lady that they're facing is American, and she's probably, set up in America. That's why they go over to the States. And together, the Statesman and the remaining Kingsmen are going to take her down, but in comedic fashion, and it's going to be a real fun movie to watch again.
Real actiony.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
action scenes and all that good stuff.
The first Kingsman movie is one of my more favorite, like, secret agent type movies.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really funny. It's got really good action in it. It's kind of over the top action, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Not to mention one of the best fighting scenes ever filmed in the church scene.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember which one that is.
Where everyone is like getting really angry. Yeah, because it's all about that angry thing or whatever, and it's like a Samuel L. Jackson's test is just in this church.
Yeah.
And
although Samuel L. Jackson does kill it for me. Like,
You're not a Samuel L. Jackson fan?
No, I like Samuel L. Jackson. I just thought it was a really weird person to cast for that role. Like,
he was in Sandusky recently.
Really?
Yep. He passed through. His car broke down, and some people took him to lunch, and he said he is going to retire in Sandusky.
He's going to retire in Sandusky?
That's what he said.
That's the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
I would say that's sad.
He must have. I was thinking maybe he went to Huron, but I don't know why you would want to retire in Sandusky.
Really hard downward spiral.
Maybe he just wants to chill on the chaussee, and then he'll be done.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm assuming that's where he'd go. Like, he's not going to like Hancock Street.
No, he was just passing through Sandusky. He was on Cleveland Road.
Samuel L. Jackson's gonna be your neighbor on Hancock Street. He's gonna buy one of the ghetto houses.
I don't think that's where he's going to post up. So
I mean, maybe he's trying to get into that thug life again.
Or maybe he's gonna
he'll buy the house from that dude in Vermilion. If that didn't already sell.
The really expensive one?
Yeah, for the dude that invented the drop ceiling.
That house still hasn't been on the market for a really long time.
However.
Because who the hell wants to buy an expensive ass house in Vermilion?
People. Nobody, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Chris goes frozen.
Yeah.
Look at how beautiful he is.
Yep, up and up. He's
R.I.P.
Bye, Crisco.
Oh man, completely gone. You get to see Sharky's big ass ugly face. All right, let's move on to the next trailer called Death Note. I believe this is either like a comic or it's a book before this that's turning into a Netflix movie, TV show, or is it a reboot of a TV show? I don't know. It was something at one point in time, and now they're either rebooting it or whatever. They're doing something to it, and it looks pretty cool. It's all about this notebook that this guy finds that is like possessed by a demon, or given to him by a demon or something. I don't really know what the actual premise is, but you can put the person's name in there, and you can put how they die, and then that's how they die, is by whatever you put. I don't know. It looks creepy, pretty creepy.
It looks creepy, but good though.
Yeah, entertainingly creepy.
I don't know. I'll say this one thing for this: Netflix is making a lot of really good like shows and movies, and I don't know. They're stepping their game up.
Yeah, which is surprising because a lot of people are pulling out of Netflix. Like Fox is pulling out of Netflix.
Yeah.
Here pretty soon. There's going to be no Fox movies on there, or TV shows. I'm pretty sure Sunny is going to be gone. It's an anime. That's what it was. Yeah, it's an anime that they're making into a live action TV show. I'm assuming it's going to be a TV show.
Yeah. I know. It says it comes out August 25th. Yeah, it doesn't say if it's a TV show or a movie, but it says it's coming out
doesn't
on
have
Netflix.
A phone either, so like he can't text us.
Yeah, to tell us what's going on. Yeah. Gosh, he needs to get his act together.
It looks like he's not going to be in the last part of the whatever this
Podcast.
thing. Yeah, podcast. That's what the words. Next movie we're going to talk about is near and dear to my heart. It's one of my favorite cartoons from when I was a kid in the 90s. Hey Arnold is getting a movie.
SpongeBob?
Hey Arnold.
Yeah, I know.
Dino Spamone's in it. All of the old characters are in it. They're basically what the premise of it. I know the one that I sent you doesn't have the ending of the trailer, but basically Helga puts together this video about how awesome Arnold is, and she enters it into this competition. But unfortunately, the competition is over, but they didn't care. As soon as they saw it, they decided this is the winning one, and they're going to fly him to, I forget what city, but it's going to be in a city, and it's going to basically wrap up the series. Because I guess it wasn't wrapped up. It just was canceled and was kind of left hanging on a cliff.
San Lorenzo is where they're going.
Yeah. Going to that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool.
Jeez,
And then, I mean,
no,
I like. Say what?
I said, geez, yell louder.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I'll be quieter. No, but it's kind of cool that they're picking up from. It says because it's been 13 years since the series ended, and the new movie will pick up right where it left off, and they'll kind of answer a lot of the old questions and stuff like that. And like it says, it resolves a lot of unanswered questions and plot lines, including Arnold finally getting the answers about the whereabouts of his parents.
Yep.
So that'd be cool. I think it would be a really good movie. And what's really cool is that 19 of the original voice actors are going to be playing their old roles. So
yeah, I don't think Helga is the original voice actor. I think they had to recast her because she sounded weird.
yeah. I wonder who who the 19 people are. I wonder. Original cast members will give new life to Helga.
There he is.
All right, I'm back.
Jeez, get your act together.
Dude, I don't know. My computer hates me.
Your video's not on.
I know.
There we go. There's a sexy face.
Okay, so you missed Death Note. You missed Hey Arnold.
Luckily, those are the two of the trailers I didn't watch. So
Staying on topic with cartoons from the 90s.
yeah.
Real quick here. Did you guys know that Rocko's Modern Life is getting a reboot?
What?
Yep.
No.
It's set in present day. It's really the trailer was hilarious. They like at the very beginning of it, they run to a BuzzBox, which is Starbucks, drink a bunch of coffee, then run across the street to another BuzzBox and drink a bunch more coffee. And I thought that was hilarious because there's Starbucks everywhere.
So they're gonna recreate another show again, or is
my guess is it's gonna be they're gonna have a season, at least one season of the reboot.
that would be badass. I love that show. That show was awesome.
Yeah, it looks real good.
Rocko's Modern Life. Did you watch it? No, you told me Ren and Stimpy is coming back.
They've rebooted Ren and Stimpy so many times. I remember in Adult Swim, me and my dad used to stay up and we would watch it, and I felt like a bad kid because it was a naughty show. That and like Stripperella.
Oh,
when
Stripperella with
was-
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember that show. Stripperella? Yeah.
Giving you a look. Okay, let's move on.
I don't even remember what the plot line was for that.
They were just bad. She was just a crime fighter, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was like stripper by day, crime fighter by night type thing or something like that. But it was a decent show though. It wasn't.
I don't
bad.
remember anything from it other than the fact that she had big old cans.
That she does.
No, it was a cartoon. It wasn't real.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually Pam. It was voiced by Pamela Anderson. Up there he goes again. That's hot. That's hot. Screenshot that for sure, people.
Yeah, there he goes.
There he goes again. All right, let's move on. I need to go to bed. Next movie is called Jigsaw, and if you don't know who Jigsaw is, then you've probably never seen the Saw series, and I feel bad for you because that is one of the greatest horror. Not even horror. It's more like gore than anything.
yeah.
It's not horror. It's gore because it's not like about ghosts and stuff.
It's gore with like intense plot lines too. Like
Yeah.
the things that they come up with in that movie are insane. Like the games that he plays, they're insane.
And he's supposed to be dead, but
Yeah.
this is all still happening.
I'm getting pissed.
Now he fucked up. He's frozen again. Okay.
God
I know there is.
damn it.
No, yeah, you're moving now.
You're
literally
getting
am
throttled,
only-
man.
I am literally only running Twitch. I could not be running anything less on my computer than what I'm running right now.
You're getting throttled, dude. No more net neutrality. Sorry. Twitch is going under. We're talking about Saw. Do you have anything about Saw that you want to add?
The new Jigsaw movie.
Oh no, don't care.
You
I haven't
don't? It looks like it's shot really well, and it looks like a super interesting plot line.
I've seen
I
one
hope they-
Jigsaw movie,
What?
and dude, I'm not into like the horrifically gruesome death thing.
I've seen the first 3. I stopped watching it after the 3rd one, but I remember really liking 1, 2, and 3.
You don't like enjoying like watching things like chop off people's like nuts or like
No,
their face off or something like
Pulling
that.
a key out of his eyeball.
Yeah, pull the key out of his eyeball.
dude, you probably loved the Pain Olympics. I bet.
The,
I guarantee you watched that.
Ew, don't bring that up.
Yeah,
Literally,
yeah,
my
the
freshman year of
Pain Olympics.
college, I invited this idiot to come to my
Me?
dorm.
Yeah, it was me.
All he did was just watch Pain Olympics and that one guy like shoving a bottle or a
Yes,
a
and it
mason
shattered
jar.
his butt.
Yeah, and up his asshole and cake farts. Can't ever forget about cake farts.
I forgot about cake farts.
You sick fuck.
Zach, do you know what cake farts are?
No, I don't
literally-
want to know.
It's literally a chick that gets butt naked and she puts her butt on this chocolate cake and then
just
lifts it up and
farts.
it's got chocolate all over her butt and it zooms in on her butthole and she's like you got chocolate frosting like
thing.
sliding down and everything. Oh god, okay.
Oh,
Wow, my friends at
Okay.
school thought you were real fucking
Sharky.
weird after that.
Sharky, you are a sick fuck.
Your friends thought I was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's normal.
Accurate.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's get off of that topic and let's
Yeah, we
go
got
to
way
the
off- we got way off
final
track.
our final teaser trailer and topic. Okay, I'm echoing because of Sharky.
Sorry.
Okay. Our final teaser trailer is a movie that I'm super excited about. I really like the first movie. It's a sequel, Pacific Rim 2. I'm excited to see Joey Bodega's in it. Is it John or Joey? It's Joey, right?
I think it's Joey.
Joey Bodega from the new Star Wars series is in it. And it looks pretty cool. It looks like it's going to be more of set, like it's going to be set after the first one. And my guess is it's going to be like Rock and Sock'em Robots kind of thing where they just kind of fight each other. The robots fight each other. But then I'm guessing something bad is going to happen.
So is it gonna be like nations against each other? Like we had to work together. Now it's like now we're
No.
controlling because you have the power type thing.
No, I think it's like just like a boxing, like it's going to be like a boxing match. Like it's going to be a sport that everybody's loves.
Because right at the end of the teaser trailer or whatever like that, they show like all those like really like cool looking Jaegers or whatever like that, and so it would make sense, I guess, for it to be like you're talking about like an underground like type like fighting ring type thing.
It's definitely not going to be underground. You can't.
Because
Put
you don't hide those things
40.
underground. They're
You
fucking
can't put
huge.
Yeah, I know.
40-story robot underground.
I don't know. I don't think it'll be like. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait till the actual like trailer comes out, not just the teaser.
Yeah.
It looks sick though. If they continue from the first one over like that, how good the first one was into the second one, then it's gonna be an awesome movie. I
Isn't
love
it like
the first one.
I'm pretty sure it's a graphic novel, and there's like 3 graphic novels, and I'm pretty sure they're sticking pretty close to the graphic novels.
I'll have to look.
It's something. I'm pretty sure there's 3 books of some type.
Yeah, I don't know.
Crisco, anything to add before we end?
I hope Charlie Day's still in it because he was awesome in the first movie.
It wasn't
Although it
in
was
the
hard to
trailer,
think of-
but we'll see.
Yeah, he wasn't in the trailer.
Although it was isn't he like a co-producer on it?
Probably.
Like he was on the first Pacific Rim was like a co-producer on it. It's hard for me to take him seriously, but I really like the first movie. Definitely excited for the second one. That's it.
Cool. That's it for this week. We'll see. Already on Monday, there's been like no news for gaming, and I'm gonna assume that there's gonna be no news. So maybe we'll come up with some. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna be in Columbus this weekend.
Yes. We'll do a live in Columbus podcast.
Yeah,
How about that one?
Sharky and the Funky Bunch's birthday is coming up. Couple days here, 4 days, right? The 29th.
Well, what?
I don't know what day.
When's my birthday?
I
When's
don't
my birthday?
fucking know. I don't even know what my parents' birthdays are.
It's
Sorry,
Wednesday.
Mom and Dad.
My birthday is Wednesday.
Okay, so the 27th. I knew it was either the 29th or the
26th.
Whatever. You could have just said tomorrow.
That's not. Well, I guess technically it is tomorrow. Technically,
Yeah.
because it's after midnight.
Yeah, I was thinking it was still Monday. I was still thinking it was the 24th, but whatever. All right. Check you bitches later. Thanks for watching and stuff. If you're live, I love you. If you're watching on YouTube, I love you too. Have a great week.
Crisco out.
Okay.